All right. Thanks to everyone for coming tonight. My name is Kyle Pedicini. I'm the Assistant Director of Planning and Development for the town of Barnstable. We're here for our Community Development Block Grant public hearing as we update our 5-year action plan for the program. So again, this is a public hearing where we're seeking feedback from citizens, public agencies, community organizations, and other interested parties in Barnstable regarding our program. The comments will inform our next 5 years of the program, and we're expected to get about $300,000 for the next program year. You'll see that pretty much mimics what we've gotten in years past. We don't really know until we get it, but just going off years past, we get about $300,000 every program year. So the funds are utilized to benefit low and moderate income persons within the community. It can be used to prevent or eliminate the occurrence of slums or blight, address an urgent need in the community which poses a serious and immediate threat to the health or welfare of the community, to create suitable living environments and affordable housing options, and to create economic opportunities for low and moderate income persons. So how were the funds utilized the past 5 years? On the left side of the screen here, you can see the funding that we've gotten the past 5 years, a little more than $300,000 most of the time. So with that funding, we've rehabilitated 3 affordable housing units to create those suitable living environments. We've helped pay for a winter community resource officer program, partnering with the Barnstable Police Department on that program. We partnered with the Community Services Division on youth scholarships to help pay for recreational programs for families that otherwise wouldn't be able to afford those. We funded a remote learning center program and a food pantry through the Faith Family Kitchen. So we're here today to hear from folks about how we should be using it in the future. So the 4 different categories that funds can be used on are housing, public facilities, infrastructure, community services, and economic development. So you can see some examples there of different programs it can do. For housing, it can do home buyer assistance, septic repairs, sewer hookups, home and rental repairs, public facilities and infrastructure, sidewalks and accessibility improvements, community services, some of the programs we mentioned in the past, youth scholarship, food programs, child care assistance, and economic development could be job training or facade improvements. So the public services portion of the funding is capped at 15% of the allocation. So if we expect to get about $300,000, that'll be capped at about $45,000. We use the program administration to help. We get a consultant on board to help us run the program. That's capped at 20%. So that'll be about $60,000 for this next year. So that'll leave us with about $200,000 in unallocated funds that can be spent on things outside of public services. So again, we're here today to hear from you about how we should be spending this money going forward in the future. We have an online survey for folks that aren't here and wish to take the survey online. That link's on our website. We also have paper copies of the survey at Town Hall and all the libraries in town. We're asking folks to respond to that survey by March 21st, 2025. Alternatively, you can send comments by March 31st, 2025 to Jim Kupfer, the Director of Planning and Development. His email is james.kupfer@town.barnstable.ma.us. His number is 508-862-4784. You can stop by Town Hall anytime. The planning department's on the 3rd floor and chat with us in person if you'd like. And we have one more public information session or public feedback session, which will be this Friday, March 7th from 1:30 to 2:30 at the Barnstable Adult and Community Center. This will be a focus group. We invited a lot of the service providers in town to hear feedback from them, but anybody's welcome to attend if they'd like. Again, that's Friday, March 7th, 1:30 to 2:30 at the Barnstable Adult and Community Center. So with that, I'm here, happy to answer any questions or solicit any public feedback. How about you, Miss? Yes.
Given that our sewering program is underway, does that mean, and I didn't realize it was a 5-year block grant, would there be a greater need to support the sewer hookups?
That's what we want to hear about from the community right now. So it could potentially subsidize sewer hookups. So yes.
And would that be something that the Board of Health should weigh in on, or not necessarily?
Potentially. We just want to hear from the community need. So whoever can articulate that community need, we're happy to hear from them. Yeah. All right. Anybody else? Natalia, do you have anything you'd like to add?
So the unallocated grant, the $195,000, would be very interesting to invest that on housing, so help it out on rental assistance or the home buyer assistance, so we can help our, especially the workforce, to stay here on the Cape. It'd be very interesting to see that coming through for that part.
Awesome. Yeah, I forgot to ask you to speak at a microphone, but I'll just repeat it. So you used advocating for housing to be used, funding from the unallocated portion to be utilized for housing programs to help people find suitable living environments. And just to repeat, you were talking about the sewer hookups, the potential for that. So excellent. Those are two excellent comments. Well, with that, I don't see anybody else in the audience, so we'll wrap it up here. But thank you for attending. And like I mentioned, we have another meeting this Friday, the 7th at 1:30 at the Adult Community Center for anybody else interested in attending. Thank you.